Hi everyone, I am Bela and I am welcoming you back to my videos. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit a longer topic, and I hope you enjoy this. And I just wanted to experiment to give you a flavor of more of how it is to understand some of the concepts I've been talking about in my YouTube channel. So welcome again. Today I want to talk to you about all those behaviors that are blocking our manifestation flow. So this is an important topic because everybody wants wonderful things in life, but they're not wanting to do the work. And the work is spiritual. The work is looking deep within self, the reflection of ourselves, of what we are doing every day, saying, being. And we are here to do good on this planet. So we're going to talk about all of this today. And if you're new to me, I just want to say, obviously by now you know, my name is Bela on this YouTube channel. And I am an international #1 best-selling author. And I have 3 books. One is Break the Pattern. The second one is Successful Mind, which is co-authored, and the third one is Cracking the Rich Code, which is also co-authored with the amazing Kevin Harrington and Jim Britt, and it's endorsed by Tony Robbins. So I am a success mindset coach and a spiritual manifestation coach, and you are here because you obviously attracted to this topic. So I hope that I am able to support you in whatever way that you require. So let's get on with our topic today. So now I have been on this journey as a coach for many years, and I've been doing this over about 19 years now. And when I work with people, I have seen people want to manifest things, they want to achieve their success with the right mindset. But sometimes, we keep adding things, but we are not deleting things. And that is important. We need to delete what's not right for the frequency to manifest what we want. So I'm going to talk about the basic things that are very crucial to keep a check of our energies, but how to release them and all those things, I am only able to do that in my programs, which I will talk more in depth about as well. But briefly, I have a Spiritual Manifestation 101 app, which by the way has a lot of freebies, including a brand new 3-day course on Step into the Divine Manifestation Flow. So you're welcome to check that out after this session. And I want you to obviously feel the benefit of this first, and I want you to also understand that there is a place where you can go next if you want to go deeper into what I'm sharing today. So now, talking about the problems that we face in our lives with our own behaviors, our own way of thinking, our own mindset, we can't add anything positive if our energies below are not in that right flow, because then we are in that space where we are like trying to fake it. We are not truly being that self, what we believe to or want to be, believe that we can one day reach. But it has to be real, it has to be authentic, it has to be honest inside you, feel right to you. So if anything feels like you're doing wrong, you're wrong, and that's affecting all the good things in your life, the flow of good things. So we should get conscious, vigilant of our energies, of our thoughts, of our behaviors, because if you are doing all the right things, you're working very hard in life, or you're praying a lot, or you're thinking and doing the right things according to the books and things are not working, it's because of this underneath energy that is not right for you. So if you're ready to dig deep into this, let's talk about this more. So, the one most important behavior that most people will always have in their lives, and you cannot escape it, is anger. So if you have pent up anger towards life, you're always negative about what's going on around you, or you're always worried, always angry about why things are not working for you in the right way. And anger can destroy lives. Anger can destroy your energies to that level that you are not able to attract anything good in your life anymore. So we need to understand where in our lives are we carrying anger, whether it's for our personal lives or professional lives, or in general, the society, the community where we live in. And it could be something you're just angry about, the politics, economy. It's you can have a day filled with negative energies just by listening to news, for example. And it's nothing wrong to listen to the news, but learn to observe and not absorb. It's good to know the world, what's going on, and we can't just shut ourselves. It is intelligent and it's smart to be there, but we need to be smart about our energies. We need to understand what is going to harm us if we tap into that energy. So we must also understand we cannot, let me re-emphasize, control the outer field energies of other people, circumstances, all of that we cannot control. So if you are looking to get angry because you think it should change, something should change in people around you or in the society, and you're sitting in that toxic energy, you're not going to change anything with that anyways, first of all. In fact, when you listen to stories of where people who did protests, like Mother Teresa always is known for saying that she doesn't want to join any protests that are fighting for peace. She will actually join a march which is already about peace here. So we are not fighting for the energy of lack and negativity. We are always going to choose this mindset where we are peaceful and happy already, and let go whatever is bothering us, and choose the frequency of happiness and peace, because it's a choice. It's a choice at every second. So I have seen a lot of people who are complaining, who are living in regret for what happened so many years ago, and they're not living and enjoying the gifts, what is in front, what is beautiful and already wonderful, and that can heal everything that's in the past. But they are waiting for as if something has to change in the past. So forgiveness, healing of the emotions, all of that is also something that we cannot carry in the future and then expect something new to come into our lives. So we have to be in a place where we are in peace within ourselves. We need to learn this art of living in peace. We need to learn this energy where we are able to choose to be in bliss, in the place where we are happy, in the place where everything flows to us naturally, that's good for us, because we are not blocking it with our own negative energies, even though that may have been caused by others. Once that Whatever has happened. After that second of that, what happened is our responsibility if we choose to carry it and make our lives miserable or to improve it. And that is all on you. So if you are having a difficult time, you need to release that. So positive manifestations can only appear in our lives when we are in this place of peace. If we are disturbed inside, the manifestation flow is like a storm. How do you think anything can stay and stick even if something comes? It just goes because you are not ready to receive it. You are in a place of havoc within you. You are in a place of panic. You're in a place of fear. Then how do you create that space where you can bring in something that is truly right for you, meant for you? Your professional life, in your personal happiness, your well-being, your health, everything. The emotions, they in the end become toxic to our bodies as well. If we are not in peace with our energies, our emotions, then we will have that repercussions in how we feel within our bodies as well. For example, when I used to work in a corporate field and I hadn't yet come into this coaching side of work, I had a knee dislocation and I had at a very early age, in my early 20s. And that took me to this path of what I'm doing. It helped me, start finding the healing and balance within me, my body, and I discovered so much more in this whole field. But what I'm getting to the point is that when I was working on this healing of my knee, I recognized that I was doing things because I should, but my emotions were completely like, I actually don't want to. And so when we are not happy within and we're trying to do something else, our bodies will get jammed and get affected. So it was almost like my knee was like, go to the right side of direction, and my within me was saying go to the left. So the knee was obviously my ego saying go to the right. The inside my spirit was saying go to the left. In my life, do something different, because you're just doing things because it is what is expected of me in the society, or what would be the right thing. But I had to discover my own path, obviously, and that's a completely different story and maybe a topic for another day. But this is an example of how things manifest. So if you're not happy in a relationship, you will also have effects of that in your body. So I had that experience where I had put on a lot of weight, and I almost 3 stones of weight, and which is about in kilos, about 18 to 20 kilos. So our inner selves reflect out very quickly. So we have to really pay attention to what we're manifesting every moment with our behavior, our speech, our thinking as well. So we think that we're not said it, but we're thinking, and maybe you're not conscious of it. Maybe you just have this feeling of unease or something, and you just continue to be there and you don't reflect. And sometimes reflection, sometimes journaling, all these things give us clarity of where we are stuck in, and then release it. Not just, oh, I have it, and then what do I do with it? So how to release all those things? I do a lot of programs where I share all of that, and I take you through the processes with me in live, and also there are many programs on my app that take you there. But you need to know what to release. And today's session is giving you good clarity of that. So anger. So I think that is something that you really want to notice when you are in that space. Why are you there? Do you really need to be there? Can you just avoid it? Can you release it? Can you just release it to find peace? At least be a bit let's say, selfish for ourselves, that I want good energies, I don't want this, even if it's rightful anger. In the end, we have to learn to be matured for our own selves. It's not like you're sacrificing anything. You are only going to be at the, the place where you will be at the loss, and place where you will feel the brunt of what's this situation may have been, because you are just sitting with it. Whatever that situation or the person was involved, who was involved in, might have just forgotten about it, but you're sitting with it, and it's affecting your life, your energies, your future manifestations, and you don't deserve that. So we have talked about anger. Now I want to quickly share a little story about this anger, because I think it's going to be really showing you a little bit more about why this is so important. And I talked about this first. There's a story about there was one king who used to love hearing this wise men giving him advice. So there's one saint, fakir, you can say, came to his courtroom where he was sitting, and he told him a piece of wisdom, but said he wants a lot of money for that. So the king said, okay, I'll give you. So you tell me what that is, piece of wisdom. So he said, when you are angry, I want you to really think twice before you do anything. And the king was like, what is this? This is so simple and so trivial. Why are you telling me this? But then he had already committed to giving him the money, so he gave him and he left. And then some days later, he always wondered, why did I have to pay this guy so much? And I would have understood, anybody could have told me that. But there's a difference in anybody could have told me that and practicing it, And now that he had actually paid for it, he's going to probably use it. So one day he walked to his room where his wife was. He had gone out of his kingdom and returned in the night. And he went to the room where his wife would be, and she was sleeping with a young man. And he got so angry, and he thought he would take a sword and just kill both of them. And at that moment, he remembered this person, this fakir, the saint, telling him to think twice. So he thought, okay, I should maybe wake them up and find out what's going on. So he woke his wife up, and the wife was so excited to see him, and she said, look, this is our son. Now the son, in those olden days, they would be sent far away for education, amongst this, they send them against amongst the saints, and to get education in all forms. So this was the way the kings used to do, and when the son would grow up, they would come back after they've learned everything. So he wouldn't remember or recognize him in the way he would obviously be when he has grown up. So at that point, he was so grateful. Obviously, the king was so grateful that he asked, otherwise he would have killed his wife and his son. And the son was so excited, and his wife was so excited, that she made him just sleep with him. And that was a story of how, when we think twice for anger, we can save a lot of things, a lot of problems. Sometimes we are mistaken. And sometimes, even if we're rightful about certain things, what happens is we're able to deal with it, and maybe the other person changes, or maybe the situations around change, or we learned to be in a place of peace with no matter what's going on around us, because we don't deserve to be in a place of anxiety and anger and pain and emotional disturbance all day because of that. life goes on. The world will have all kinds of problems. We can't be sitting in with that energy. In fact, we should be in the highest energy frequency so that we can be a positive force in this world and do something constructive instead if we really want to make a change and create a peaceful march, right? So that was anger. Now, what else could be there? So we have also greed. So now we are human beings with needs, and but greed is where we lose our, let's just say our integrity. We lose our honesty sometimes because we want more, so we probably get into manipulate things sometimes. So when we are greedy, that means we are wanting more and we are actually in the space of lack. We are in the place of struggle, actually, in the end. So greed takes us to disaster eventually, greed of any kind. Actually, the third point is also lust. Lust and greed are similar. And obviously, their lust is all about attraction to another person, which is wrong, maybe out of relationship, or it involves cheating of some sort. So there again, dishonesty is involved, and you are in a place of imbalance in your energies. When we are not in balance with our morals, our values, our integrity, our honesty, then too we are out of a flow for our manifestation, and we are in a place where we are in lack. We are fighting for a peace, we are fighting for a happiness. We are not able to be authentic and honest, our true self. We are not able to be that. So living in a lie, living in a place of actually hoping to be in the ideal world, so we actually do it in hide. Greed is also in our mind, our imagination for what we would like, because we're not happy with what we have. So we're living in a illusion. We're living in not reality, not the present. We live in the future, expecting happiness somewhere else in the future, or we are trying to manipulate something to happen, and either face it and create the shift and change, but living in that space where you are not creating a shift and change, and you are going in circles, and you are just in out of sync of your own energies, and disrupting the energy fields, not just yours but many people around. And especially when it comes to lust, and if it's greed, it can involve a lot of organizations, companies, where depending on the power you have, how you're manipulating things, how many lives you are creating disruption. So you hear stories all the time of how a CEO was very greedy and made people work so hard over time that eventually there was burnout and everybody was not happy. And in the end, there are stories recently it came up as well where you hear that the companies are just crumbling, and because their base is not of peace and happiness and well-being. So whether it is a family, the base is not peaceful and happy, it'll crumble. So the same way with businesses, with professional environments. So integrity is so important. So greed, lust, all of these are very crucial. In fact, when in the spiritual field, the saints always say that the hardest out of the behaviors that we talk about that are blocking our connection to the divine, that is the place where we truly are one with the peace and joy. The lust is one that is the hardest to control for even the saints. So we are human beings. So let's all, we are not everybody here is the saint level, but we are in a conscious environment where we are more and more spiritually conscious. and we are smarter now. We have more knowledge and wisdom around us, and awareness is here. Now you're hearing me say this. If something is triggering in you, you know you can't stay in that space in a lie. You have to be honest. I have seen people who have credit shift, something's changed in their lives, and but they have not told the world in their personal lives, perhaps. They've not told the world at all about it. And they're scared to talk about it. And that is a place where you're not living your true self. And because of that, you're not able to move on from that old identity to the new identity. So embracing the new identity and being honest and is also part of acceptance of our true energies, our honest energies. So greed can be of status as well. You see, a lot of people may have lost money or lost in a relationship where they're divorced or or something which is for them not good enough to show or share to the world, you know. So I find those people always stay stuck in the past. And if you're able to share your change, then you're moving forward. That story's old, long time ago, and you're a different person, and you create new experiences, new life, and you are not living in failure. You know, the energy of some people would connect to those things as failure. Some would actually connect to them as success, that they at last came out of something that was not right. Maybe the work environment wasn't right. Maybe the relationship wasn't right. So it is a place of celebration. So it's all about perspective, it's all about mindset. But where we get stuck in our negative space and we are able to not come out of that space is which is the most toxic place to be in. That behavior of being obsessed with how you're perceived. So that is greed as well, in a way, you know, of how you're perceived, that this is the way it should be. Sometimes acceptance of what it is a step forward to where you want to be. So acceptance of God's will is one of that part and process, because the more we keep fighting that, the more we stay stuck. So a lot of times people are like, I want to be somewhere else, but they're living in their heads. And you need to come to the reality, the present, that our lives can be lived only through the present, not through regret in the past and not through the, in the future. So we have to be here in the now. So whatever we have, be happy with this. Whatever we, are possessing at the moment, be grateful for that. That is the place we need to be, because that energy of gratitude will grow. And most likely what we don't have is because it is not right for us. We were not doing it in the right way. Like, I was in the wrong place with my corporate field. I wasn't happy there, even though I could do it quite well, but I wasn't happy there, or that wasn't my purpose, and I had to figure this out, right? So this is a way we need to have a perspective. So what else could be part of these behaviors that we can talk about? So we talked about already anger, we've talked about lust and also greed. So the fourth one is arrogance. Now, arrogance is something that we all, again, is a triggering point for many people, because we do not want to accept seeing ourselves anything less than sometimes. So we fight for that. And what comes with fighting for that? We come with the anger, we come with jealousy as well. Arrogance can come from that space. Oh, I'm actually better than this person. Why is this person more successful and, and having it all and all of that? So arrogance is very toxic. It puts us out of alignment of our own manifestation flow. So if all of these things that I'm talking about you have in you, the quickly as possible you are letting it go and surrendering and choosing to be in a place of harmony with yourself, with acceptance, humility, that is the place to be. So let me talk about arrogance more now. So, arrogance is something that can come with all people. I've seen people in the spiritual field also getting that, especially those who become very, very wise and in sense that they have studied a lot or spent hours in so much meditation or so much in the work they have done. That can come very quickly as well, and that destroys the spiritual work again. So you go back to zero and then you start again, and then you start, this is the space that anybody in the spiritual field would go through. It is how you learn, it is how you grow. So we cannot grow until we let go arrogance, and because in the end you'll realize no matter how much you gain, you're nothing. God can just flick us like this and make us anything, because we could be dead, we could be handicapped, we could be lose all our money, anything can happen. We are not in charge of our lives. Anything can happen, and that's where we learn to be humble. And the place of arrogance is where we block our manifestations a lot. And sometimes people are really wanting to connect to God, for example, in the spiritual field. And they block it because of arrogance too, that why am I not getting, I've done so much work. And there on the other side, there's a person with very childlike attitude, and they're so deeply connected to God. What God or the energy of divine manifestation flow wants or is expecting is just a place where you're in deeply a place of unconditional love, joy, peace, and connecting to God or to this energy of life in general. You're then attracting to that space where you're meant to be more and more one with the highest frequency, God. So I call it God, that's highest frequency, the divine energy. And the more we look into that higher self, we'll understand that we are nothing. Because by now, if you've lived life with a lot of failures, you would know you're nothing. And when you are worked so hard to get something and you're not getting it, you know you're nothing. Because eventually, our source of happiness, everything is provided through God. Only thing we need to do is listen to that space inside us, to what that is, instead of forcing ourselves. This is the way it should be. In fact, the last topic that I wanted to share was the behavior where we attach to the results, that this is the way it should be. and when we want only that, then we are not able to move to where we're meant to be, because we're stuck. This is the way it should be, because we are not listening, we're not flexible, we're not open, we're stubborn. And that energy doesn't work with manifestation flow. Manifestation flow is where we allow whatever needs to come to us to come, the good things that are meant for us, because that energy, that intelligence knows what's right for us always. And what our job is to learn to be in the positive place, in the joyful place, in the humility, in gratitude, in doing the good things, in focusing on the dharma, and karam, what we are meant to do, and follow the right way, the path, the righteousness. If we're not able to focus on all these basic things, then everything else falls apart. So just be honest to our path, what we want to do, being honest in our connections, in our communications. And then what has to come will come, the rest will not come, it's fine. Because it's the way its manifestation flow is, that what's meant for you will come, what's not, it's not. But you're not in a place of fighting about it, what's not coming, because you're looking at the bounty that's come, not what's missing. Because in the end, a perspective is here that we're living for what's coming and we're grateful for whatever is coming. We're not waiting to fight for what's not coming, because that's not right for us, and that's why it's not coming, or it's not the right time. So we can set intentions of improving ourselves to be able to receive more of that. That's fine. And we can learn something. Now it has to come naturally, organically from within. It's not shouldn't be where we are like, I need to do this because I can do it. Like I was doing those jobs that can do it, but if I'd continued just to sake of doing it, I don't think I would have been happy. In my mind, I could have said, at that point, I was making more money there. And my greed could have kicked in, my status image could have kicked in. So following our true self, our heart, our energy, what's right will feel right. Sometimes a logic mind says, let's do these things that makes me feel good in the world's eyes, eventually pays off when you stay true to yourself. You become what you're meant to be in your work life, in your relationships, everywhere. So if any place you're not being honest, if you're not being true to yourself, if you are struggling, then this is the time where you want to understand, what is it that I need to change? And there are so many more levels of this, but I'm giving a broader picture of these emotions, of what usually trigger people. So if you are in that place where there is something that is triggering you, and I have talked so many things already, then it's important that you heal, release all of that, and learn to shift, learn to surrender, learn to create a place where you're able to move to a place of peace and a place of divine manifestation flow, where everything flows naturally to you. And I would really love to see you get there, because I know that you would, if you've come up to this point, you would want to get there. So I would like to welcome you to my 3-day free e-course on my app called Spiritual Manifestation 101. And I will leave the links in the description. So all you have to do is either type it in your app store or get the link from the description. So when you download the app, it's for free. Downloading is free. So once you download it, you go onto the home page, or that's called the Discover page on this app, and you click sign up, or you go all the way down till the last part, and where the purchase section is. Of course, you want to read the whole thing, you can. You'll see all the information of what is offered on my app, so which is a lot of exciting stuff, a lot of programs. But I think you might want to start from the free course and see more if you want to, or if you're ready, you're welcome to sign up for the whole thing. You can start all big and full into it, right into it if you want. I do want to mention that the 3-day course, there is discount link as well. So I would suggest to check it out and join from there if you do want to quickly join still. So all you have to do is go all the way down to the page, and there it'll say this 3-day course, Step into the Divine Manifestation Flow. And you have to just click there and sign up for free. It says free program. And once you're inside the program, you'll see the the videos that'll take you through these processes, and I'll explain you more in depth about my work there. So once you're into that space, then you can discover so much more for yourself in that place of peace, in the place of that balance within. Because if you're in that place where things are not feeling right within you, don't even think about trying all those new techniques of law of attraction or anything. Nothing will work, because if you're working with all the new age concepts, they don't stick, because you're not working with the right energies within you. And to connect to the highest frequency, we need to be in a place where we're able to connect to the divine, that highest space where we connect to God, that I call the highest energy. So whether you believe in that or you believe in the highest frequency, is whatever that's called for you, that's how I would suggest that you call it God, so that you can create a relationship where you can then work with it all your life and you're tapped into it. And I share that in that space, how to just tap into that energy in a deep way, and to learn to talk that language, to be able to connect in that space where you are feeling peaceful, not just once in a while, but you're able to connect, and that's flow all the time. And it is present within us, and it is all about finding that space, discovering that space. And when we connect to that space, we are able to then tap into highest potential, do more than what we think we could sometimes as well. And of course, we become more relaxed. We are allowing things to flow to us that is perfect for us, that is right for us. And you will be surprised. Everybody's surprised when they connect to this space, that things come to us and we become very, very surprised all the time. Let's just say that, because once we become portal of miracles, because then we're like, oh wow, this happened. Oh wow, this happened. So it's like living in awe and joy, in like a childlike space where we are excited. That is the portal we want to be, and attract the good things in life. So you can have this space, you can create this space in your life, and you deserve it. And I would so very much like you to be in the app, in the paid programs as well, because this is the lifestyle. And if you practice it once or twice, you feel good, but then tomorrow you don't know how to maintain it. And I can work with you in a very affordable way there, and I'll share all of that on the app. But I want to do first enjoy all the programs on the app, and that is free, so that you get more out of it before you decide. Because when you're in the app, I'm with you working there in the community, and I'm able to connect with you more deeply and hear what's going on for you. And I can work with you in the live programs as well, whether you join there or not, because you can always leave questions in advance. So that's, I think I've given a lot of my program infos there, but going back to today's topic, we talked a lot about this already, but I just want to touch a little bit more about, before I end, that how you can choose to start working on your mindset before, already as you start working towards creating this space. So I know you're going to release and heal all of that in the app. So you may do that now. I hope you do, because then you can move quickly to that level. But I'll leave some tips anyways for those who are still here to listening on how to create more of this positive flow. So one thing is that, you can choose consciously thoughts that are right for us. Like, when you're in the wrong. So being vigilant of our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, that's very important. So, releasing is not all that's going to create things. In the end, maintenance also works. So you're able to choose to create that. And then, of course, in my app, I'm sharing a lot of special work, prayers and meditations, which you tune into it, you get into that highest frequency very quickly, and it's easier to maintain. But if you can start practicing on your own as well, that helps, obviously, isn't it? That's where those work is taking you to this space, anyways. So I want you to know that this is some of the things you can start practicing. And as you work with my program on the free program, you will learn that you can maintain and work with this. It's not once and gone, it's going to stay. A lot of times people, and I've been a life coach and done all the therapy stuff as a practitioner. And a lot of things I've done in my early, about 19 years that I worked in this field. And people come back with same problems until I started working with this issue. Because then they love telling the painful stories again and again and again. It's like a gossip after a point. And I used to make them feel good, and then they would, like, by hearing them and say, yes, I know this happened this childhood and it's so sad and we should just forgive and let it go. But that doesn't work. It's like emotions come back because you're not stopping your thoughts. You're not changing that frequency. You're not releasing it to the energy of space where you connect to God and connect and move out of that space. You're not able to surrender. You're not able to tap into non-judgment. You're not able to forgive. You're not able to do all of those things. So it's so important that you are not staying in that space and choosing consciously to move forward. So you want to take those steps, move forward. And so observe and don't absorb is another thing. Don't let people, energies, or even situations, suck your energies off and drain your energies off. So mindset and then energies of our body, our feelings, our emotions are also there. You have to be vigilant of how we feel all the time. We want to stay in a place of happiness. We want to stay in a place of joy. So constantly aspire for peace. A lot of times people, the part of that where we talked about where people are stubborn about what they want, that is attachment to results. If you're so attached to something, you cannot be peaceful. You have to learn to choose to be in a place of peace now and let things happen, reveal in the right way. But when we become obsessed, this is the way it should be, we cannot be in a place of peace within ourselves. So observing all of these concepts are not just for the people around, but we are thinking about everything, past, present, future. And we want to be in the right place. So these are those concepts that will only stick with us if we are able to be very serious. It's a lifestyle, and we need to learn. If you want to learn to move from where you're stuck in your life, then this is very important that you connect to how to create this as a lifestyle. You want to create this as a place where you can bring the change for yourself that you so need. And you want to do this because you're tired of it, isn't it? You're tired of trying all these different techniques and you don't want that. So I've made you aware of all those things that are creating problems and some of the things that you can start doing to help improve this, beautiful flow for yourself, your manifestation flow, so that you can move to a place where things are naturally, organically, easily, effortlessly, peacefully coming to you without you having to struggle and push and pull, right? You want things to be like manifestations work when things are all relaxed. In fact, you might notice all the good things that happen in your life is when you were truly not bothered, you were enjoying somewhere and a call comes and you've got this and you've got that. So it doesn't happen when you're pushing, pulling, and trying hard. So we need to learn to be in this peaceful, joyful place at all times. And it is not something that is unfortunately taught to us in our schools or by parents, because the world is full of struggles. We see life as struggle. And here is the opposite mindset. We want to relax, be peaceful. And the more the highest frequency is, the peaceful energy is, the good things flow. So all we're doing is to learn to not be bothered by things around us. We're learning to stay in the highest frequency, we're learning to let go of the past, we're learning to stay in the right mindset. And you can heal, you can release for good, you can learn to be in highest frequency. All that is all in my app. Again, the app is Spiritual Manifestation 101. If you're one of those people who don't like using apps, there is a web link as well to this, but it is a apps version of web. So if you have a choice, choose the app, because you will have a more nice user experience there. But of course, there is a web link, and you can even watch that on the tablet or TV as well. And so with all these options, I think if you have and you are ready to work with me and join me in the app and or the web link, then I will see you there. And once you join the program, and if you're joining me, feel free to come and say hi on the community. And I would love to hear from you. And please feel free to leave comments on this channel, on this YouTube video that I'm sharing, so I know more about how you are benefiting from this. And do like and do subscribe to my channel, and to hit the notification bell so that you can get notification as soon as a new video drops on my channel. So I'm very grateful you found me and you're here on this channel. And if you're my already old subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And do let me know how you found this long video. I don't usually do such long videos. And I don't know if I'll do it again. I might do slightly longer than usual still, but I just wanted to give a little bit more to my wonderful YouTube channel subscribers, since I've just reached my first 1K subscribers, and since just a few months that I started posting the videos. I'm very grateful to all of you who are part of my community. Thank you so much, and I would love to know more what you would like me to talk about. Feel free to drop some comments. I may not be able to go all the way in depth like this, but I will talk all the points that are important to talk about. And it's always good to see all my friends here on this YouTube channel. So I'd love to hear from all of you. And I hope otherwise you are all doing great. And thank you so much for being part of this chat today, this talk today. And I look forward to connecting with you again in this on my app or also on my YouTube channel. So until then, I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Take care. Bye now.